Good morning and a very warm welcome to StudyIQ. I am Prashant Mavani. I hope you all are doing good. Today is 17th April and let's see what we have got in the PIB today. The special topic that I have for you guys is based on Syria. Before moving on to Syria, let's see other items. First of all, identify the flag. Can you tell me the name of the country to which this flag belongs to? With this, the last picture was of Prime Minister of Sweden, Stefan Lofven. And if you want to download the file, today's PDF of this lecture, then you can get it from my Facebook page or Twitter handle. With this, dear friends, StudyIQ provides pen drive and tablet courses for various different exams, as you can see on your screen, and other exams you will find on our portal, that is studyiq.com. So make sure you check it out. Let me tell you one thing, that this pen drive and tablet courses are designed by the best faculties of our country, and they will help you immensely with your preparation. With this, first item that we have is coming from Sweden. Prime Minister of India is in Sweden. Yesterday we talked about these Nordic countries. I provided you some important facts and figures regarding these Nordic countries, and I'm sure Nordic countries, not Nordic, beg your pardon, it's Nordic. Now the thing is, these countries are, as we know now from yesterday's discussion, that they are basically top countries in terms of living, in terms of democracy, in terms of less corruption, in terms of crime, right? They are best countries to live in. Their society is quite mature and developed. They have this good habit of I'm sure you would be aware about this thing, this geographical phenomena that we see in this part of the world. This Nordic countries, they go through this 6 months of light and 6 months of darkness, isn't it? They have complete darkness for roughly 6 months, and they have complete day, so for 6 months. So because of this thing, they have their own unique way of living, and the people of Sweden particularly, they spend in fact, Finland and other countries as well. But I am a bit aware about Sweden because there is a sort of family connection over there. So anyways, you have this people of Sweden. They are very much fond of reading books and other things. And you will find many good writers as well from these countries, because when they are going through this dark phase of geography, I mean to say, they spend most of their time in libraries and other things. And so this is the thing. Anyways, now the thing is, together, this India and Sweden, we had this delegation level talk after nearly 30 years, because this was after 30 years Indian Prime Minister has been in this country called Sweden, and together we have agreed on this innovation partnership and a joint action plan as well. Now the main aim of this joint action plan is to enhance this bilateral cooperation in various fields like energy, clean technology and trade. You know, yesterday we talked about this thing, that when it comes to energy, they are producing energy from waste as well. They are basically importing waste from different parts of the world, and they know this alchemy of producing wealth out of waste, and this is something that is immensely important for our country. Sweden has always supported India in various different fields, and now they are going to be our partner. They are going to cooperate with us as far as this smart cities are concerned, this clean technologies, renewable energy, and they are also going to support us in startups. And all this involvement of Sweden will open doors for other Nordic countries as well. At the same time, this will create huge amount of employment in our country, and it will also help our dream to have this sustainable development for the people of our country. It is going to be win-win situation for the Sweden as well. They have this wealth, they have this technology that is ready to be utilized. Now they are also looking for different markets in which they can sell this technologies that they have developed, and India is a perfect fit for them. The other thing is, we are going to seek their help in our urban transport as well. You know, even today we are using too much of our private vehicles, our private cars and motorcycles. Motorcycles are reasonably acceptable because a country like India, you know, it is perfect for us in some parts. Of course you cannot ride motorcycles, it's too dangerous, but generally speaking, in plains and other places it's fine. But we are having this too many cars nowadays, and this is creating a problem. One person traveling in a big SUV, this is something, it is basically you are taking more space, and growing population, growing urban setup. So we need more public transport, and here Sweden can help us with the waste management. With Swachh Bharat, it's doing good, no doubt, but we can make it from better to best when we provide this opportunity to the people of our country, that if they segregate their waste. Just example, right? I'm giving you just a small example. Imagine that if you are been given like 100 rupees or something, if you segregate your waste, if the wet or this kitchen waste is placed in different bin, glass and other things are in different bin, plastic related items are in different bin, and collection is done on different days of the week. If this is something that we develop, and if we have people's participation, and we can get people's participation when we provide a bit of discount on this thing, right? So if you are, say, producing, you know, in this country called South Korea, they have managed that they will charge you, if you the more food you waste, the more you will be charged. So this way people have stopped buying excessive food. They are not wasting food, and this has helped in controlling food inflation as well. We can do something like this, and we can also produce huge amount of energy. Manure, you can produce this this artificial, not artificial, but this natural fertilizer out of this food waste and other things. So there are many things that we can do. We know about it, but we need proper designs, proper operation designs, and this can be implemented, or this can be learned from this country called Sweden. Now, Sweden has been supporting Make in India, has been said by Prime Minister, and they are also going to provide us this innovative solutions for our developmental challenges. Sweden is going to provide us with this, or it is investing basically 50 million Swedish kroners for kickstarting this innovation partnership. Apart from that, as I told you, it's been 30 years after that our Prime Minister has been there. So it's basically from today, you can say this is a new era of partnership between India and Sweden, or India and Nordic countries. Moving on to another item, this is coming from UK. Now again, this is going to be bit addition of what we have already discussed. Trade, healthcare and technology, these are the things that are high on agenda during this Prime Minister's visit in UK. We are also going to interact with CHOGM. We talked about it yesterday. The other thing that I would like to add here is, I'm just giving you a small example. When we talk about healthcare, of course UK is far ahead from us when we talk about healthcare. They have this NHS, National Health Service System, and it's basically free medical checkup, free operations and everything, because everyone contributes a little bit. Means if you are earning, right, if you are working, then you have to contribute. This will directly go away from your income, a little bit of share. Even if you are well or if you are not well, it doesn't matter. You have to contribute to this NHS. So this is how it works. So it's basically free. It's good as well, not bad. The only problem they have is that if you have to go through a sort of operation, then it will take ages for you to get your dates fixed, maybe 6 months or 8 months. So India last time offered that what NHS can do is it can transfer all this operation cases to the hospitals of our country. You know, we are already doing very well as far as this medical tourism is concerned. So what happens is, particularly Indians, right? Indians living there, they know that it's cheaper and it's quicker for them to get operated here in our country. So they come here on, basically they pay it from their own pocket. But this partnership of NHS and India can work wonders. Now, this is just a small example. Apart from that, we are working in solar energy. Prime Minister is going to meet Queen Elizabeth II. He is also going to interact with CEOs, and we are going to have this out of the box or something new program called Bharat Ki Baat Sabke Saath. Moving on to another item, this is coming from Finance Ministry. Now, Finance Minister, basically what's going on at present is that nearly 8 states of our country, they are facing this cash crunch situation. Now, this cash crunch situation is, as per Finance Ministry or RBI, they are saying that this has happened because of sudden demand. Now, there are various different reasons. It could be festival, it could be this wages paid by agricultural wages paid to this agricultural laborers and other things, but my analysis says that it is FRDI. There is a bill called FRDI bill, and this is the main culprit here. The Hindi version, a special video lecture on why we have got this cash crunch situation, is already out. I am going to provide you English version of this cash crunch situation in India, and then we will discuss why we have this situation. Hopefully I'll get it for you today itself. When I say today, I mean to say the day when you will see this video lecture, or the day when this PIB will be published. Hopefully on the same day I will try to deliver this lecture to you guys. Now, a small but important item from Ministry of Communication. It is basically about Darpan. Darpan stands for this Digital Advancement of Rural Post Offices, and this Darpan PLI, Post Life Insurance app, was launched by Communication Ministry, and one of the main job of this app is it will help in collecting this premium of this life insurance, postal life insurance. Now, the one point that I would like to draw your attention at is this thing, that 1,29,000 rural branches of post office are there in our country. So post office has a very deep penetration in our country. Now, coming on to this special topic, you can see Emmanuel Macron, France, USA Trump, and Theresa May, UK. Basically, these 3 Western countries together, they have bombarded, or you can say they have launched 100+ cruise missile in different places in Syria, right? At different places in Syria, they have launched more than 100 cruise missiles. Now, they are saying, or one of the main reason is that because a couple of weeks ago, this thing was in news. A place called Doma, 40 people died in a suspected chemical attack, and this Western allies or this countries, what they are saying is that they are trying to send out this message, and they want to destroy these chemical weapon sites that are there in Syria, so that this regime of Bashar al-Assad, they don't use it on innocent people or citizens of his own country. Now, if we go back, the main thing that we are going to do here is analyze whether this sort of things will work or not. This is the big question, because if we go back and see this state of Syria, then from last 7 years it is going through this civil war situation, and nearly 500,000 people have passed away. Now, Western allies have termed this as a one-off strike. It's not something that is going to be there on their agenda, but if required, then they can take this sort of stand, or this sort of strikes can be done against this Bashar al-Assad's regime, who is the president of Syria. Now, if we go back and analyze last year, then we saw this similar sort of attack was done last year by Donald Trump or USA. 59 cruise missiles were used at that point of time, because at that point of time 80 people died of this chemical attack, and to control this thing, USA used 59 cruise missile against Bashar al-Assad. Now, if we see USA, then USA at present, they have no proper strategy to deal with it. Even USA top leaders are divided in USA, like how long they are going to continue this stand, or how long they are going to be in this war of Syria. It becomes even more complicated when you have Russian mercenaries, when you have Iran-backed militias, and when you have Vladimir Putin's unconditional support to Bashar al-Assad. So here what we are seeing is that permanent member of United Nations Security Council's 3 members are against Assad, and you have Russia, and you have backup of China. So 2 members are against this. They are for Assad, and 3 members are against Assad. So this is a very complicated situation. If we see USA stand, then they have took what, just 11 Syrian refugees this year, and Turkey and Lebanon, they have took 1 million each as refugees. So it is creating huge pressure on different countries, our neighboring countries, and we need to sort this thing out as soon as possible. This also indicates this latest missile attack by this Western allies indicates that back in 2013, not last year only, but before that as well, they have used this sort of missile. So it indicates that back in 2013, when this Russia and USA together, like I don't know whether you were following news at that point of time or not, but at that point of time, big ships were coming out of Syria, and it was considered as a very good thing because these ships were carrying these chemical weapons. So technically, Syria should not have any sort of chemical weapon after this 2013, but if they are still having it, then it indicates that this joint operation has failed. Now, what we need to do from India's perspective, right? We are close to USA, we are close to Russia as well. So there is no point of us taking sides of Russia or USA. The best thing for the people of Syria and for India is to make sure that we have this dialogue and negotiations. Let's try to bring all these stakeholders, Iran, Bashar al-Assad, Trump, and everyone, right? Russia, China, all these United Nations Security Council's permanent members, as well as you have other stakeholders. We need to bring them on table, and only then we would be able to sort out this issue. This is the real solution, or else this one-off missile strikes are not going to help at all. That's everything in today's discussion. Make sure you check out StudyIQ.com. These are your new questions, by the way. Your answers last questions were based on at last. So make sure, if you haven't checked it, then do open your at last. Thank you very much for listening. Jai Hind.